On behalf of the GenTAC investigators and our entire community, I want to welcome you to the 6th Scientific Summit of the GenTAC investigators. You know, this has been an interesting ride for us. In 2006, the NIH created the GenTAC registry, and as you all know, this was in large part due to a strong push from various entities to invest in understanding the science of genetic aortic disease. And the Marfan Foundation and people like Joe Grima were a big part of that push. And so the GenTAC registry was founded in 2006. And from 2006 to 2016, 9 aortic centers in this country worked together to create a wonderful registry that linked clinical, biologic, and imaging data together. And in that 10 years, we were able to study nearly 4,000 patients. A lot of things happened. A unique registry was created, of course. There were critical publications and additional new directions in terms of grants and so on. And even stronger, I think, were the scientific partnerships that were forged by that decade working together. And the momentum of that effort was strong. And the NIH recognized that there was a chance that the partnerships that we'd formed could continue and that we could continue to harvest the GenTAC registry for other research. And so they supported the creation of the GenTAC Alliance in 2017. And for 3 years, we've been on this journey together. And tonight's summit meeting is just another example of the partnerships that we have. After 3 years of support, the GenTAC Alliance is now moving from the NIH to its permanent home as a division of the Marfan Foundation. And I, for one, could not be happier with this partnership. I'd like to introduce to you Michael Weamer, CEO of the foundation, who'd like to say a few words. Michael?
Thank you, Kim, and thank you for bringing your energy, knowledge, commitment, and leadership to the GenTAC Alliance. We're also truly honored to have you as a new board advisor to the Marfan Foundation as well. We could not be more excited about powering this first virtual aortic summit with over 200 registrants, I think about 225 at last count, from 25 countries. And we're also, as you pointed out, excited to have the GenTAC Alliance join the Loeys-Dietz Foundation and the Vascular EDS movement as divisions of the Marfan Foundation. The Marfan Foundation, as you pointed out, has been a supporter of the GenTAC registry and subsequently the GenTAC Alliance for over 14 years. It's also great to see so many members of our medical community and professional advisory board involved in this weekend's summit, as well as in critical roles in improving health surrounding the many types of genetic aortic conditions. We hope you enjoy the GenTAC Alliance Aortic Summit, powered by the Marfan Foundation. Good evening. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you, Michael. We're all excited about this partnership. It's going to be great. And before we start the formal program tonight, I wanted to have a few thank yous. First, I want to thank members of the GenTAC Alliance who participated in the planning of the summit. Especially, I want to thank the operations team from the Marfan Foundation, Bruno DeSalva, Kelly Koplish, Eileen Michelli, Helene Baruch, Michael Weamer, and Joe Grima, and the co-directors for the summit meeting this year, Dr. Joe Grima from the Marfan Foundation and Dr. Marion Hoffman-Bowman from the University of Michigan. You know, we've also had wonderful testimonies from 5 patients that I want to recognize. Christy Posaval, Lisa Mawson, Steve Hartman, Dan Brown, and Reed Piritz all provided wonderful videos to help us think about why we're really here. And I really encourage you to go on the Whova app and look at those testimonials. They're very powerful, really powerful. So I want you to make sure that you look at the Whova app before Saturday, because all of the presentations for those sessions are there, and they are just outstanding. And our live session on Saturday that goes through each of the key points from those lectures will be, I think, much better for you if you've had a chance to look at the primary presentation, which typically is 10 to 12 minutes or so. Tonight, the GenTAC Alliance celebrates its 14th birthday. It celebrates a new home with the Marfan Foundation. You know, there are countless individuals who've contributed to this moment. But tonight, we wanted to just honor 3 who've had a special role in helping us get to this place. Next slide. Eser Tolunay, originally from Turkey, completed her PhD in biochemistry at Georgetown. She worked for Searle in cardiovascular drug discovery and joined the NHLBI in 2001. And she rose to be the Deputy Chief of Vascular Biology and for the Hypertension Branch. She chaired the NIH Coordinating Committee on Lymphatic Research. She organized the first PAD roundtable for the AHA, and she facilitated and created partnerships across the NIH. She was a huge part of the start of the GenTAC registry and then the GenTAC Alliance. She retired last year, but we're delighted to honor Eser Tolunay tonight. Next slide. Patrice Desvigny-Nickens has been with us from the beginning as well. Her undergraduate degree was at MIT, her MD at the University of Pennsylvania, and a residency at Jefferson and then the NIH. She practiced in Detroit and Baltimore before returning to the NHLBI in 1991. She was a medical officer in heart failure and the arrhythmia research branch where she continues. And she's been very involved in scientific developments, various grants, overseeing the clinical trial network, of course, GenTAC, workshops, etc. She's had a strong interest in health disparities and cardiovascular disease effects in women. So we're honoring Patrice tonight as well for her wonderful contributions to the GenTAC effort. And lastly, we'd like to honor Dr. Reed Pirates. Reed recently retired. He was the Smilo Professor of Medicine at Penn. He studied aortic disease for 43 years. His bio includes more than 600 original articles. He established a family support group for the Marfan syndrome way long ago, and that outgrowth became the Marfan Foundation. A master's triathlete, loving husband to Jane and 2 daughters and 2 granddaughters, and a survivor of aortic disease. His testimonial is really, really wonderful. Reed is a remarkable investigator, clinician, leader, really an iron horse in the field of genetic aortic disease. So tonight we also honor Dr. Reed Pirates. Next slide. This is the gift that we're sending to Eser, Patrice, and Reed. It really celebrates their flame, their desire to push the boundaries of genetic aortic research, education, and care. These 3 individuals are very much responsible for the Alliance being here tonight and now a new member of the foundation. So I'm clapping my hands and doing a standing O for these 3 people. Now we're going to move along.